Good morning, everybody. I am the Perchy. This is the Perchy TV, and it's Saturday. We've got through to the weekend without crying because we haven't signed a centre back. Still, what is going on, Tottenham? Big up to everybody that is in the house. Who we got here? Perchy's burner account, wifey. Love you, babe. Hope you are doing well. It's your fault for changing the name, by the way. You can't change it back for 2 weeks. Oh dear, but you can keep it. But up the membership, of course, and obviously big up Tiger, who's also a channel member. If you want to hit the membership, it's just down here somewhere. It says join. If you next to where it says subscribe, because you should have already subscribed to the channel. Make sure you've done that as well. Big up to you, Tiger. I hope you're doing well. Mark Robinson, hope you're doing well. Another Groundhog Day. Listen, it feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like we are always going through the motions with Tottenham Hotspur. It is painful. Big up, Ryan Massey. Morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. I believe you're back home now. You're in Barcelona. You messaged me and you're in Barcelona, so I hope you had a good time. I gave you a few tips to park well and you said it was lovely. I told you. Follow my tips. Who else we got here? Lee Smith. Hope you're doing well. Lee Smith. Hope you're doing well, mate. Eltel. I'll get you on. I know you want to come on in a bit. I will get you on in a bit. I'll let you know, and I'll pop you over the link if you want to come on. But we want to get 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes, guys. Come on. And then we will exactly do what Tiger do. Hit the like and subscribe. It isn't hard. Even I can do it. Bang on. It's a click of the button. Big up, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Go off. Have a good time with the cricket, mate. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Bobby. Hope you're well. Another day waking up. No news of this dreadful defence. Exactly. It is depressing. There's not much to talk about. Barring Harry Kane, I feel like that's all we're talking about. Congratulations, Tottenham, on winning the Tiger Cup. Yeah, you'll never sing that. It's incredible. Yeah, exactly. The haters are saying we haven't won anything. Oh, dear. Got a bit pissy last night. I spent too much on Super Chats. I'm trying to be careful at the moment. Yeah, no, missing Tigara, mate. You were one of the real ones. You're always spreading the love to the channels. Much love. But listen, obviously, no one expects people to go out of their means. If you can send a super chat in or anything like that, then it's massively grateful. But don't feel like you have to, anyone, of course. Morning, Perchy. Don't have much to add today other than dread it, run from it. Long lay arrives at the same. Levy snaps fingers. Yeah, there's not much to add. But it's painful at the moment. It is painful. Yeah. Morning all. Yeah, big up Leon. Hope you're doing well. Big up Danny. I believe you've got a new channel, mate. Is that your new channel? If it is, go and put your link in the chat, Danny, and spread it and go and get this man. This guy needs subscribers. This guy is one of the really nicest guests we have on this channel. Definitely go and subscribe to Danny if that is your channel, mate. Go and subscribe. Big up Richard, mate. Tottenham going to win the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup next season. Tottenham going to get hot. Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's delusion basis, of course. Big up Josh Gain. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We don't need centre backs. We've got Eric Dyer, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, the man that can't bloody defend. Yeah, all back home now. Perchy was a fantastic trip. Brilliant city. Thanks again for the travel tips. The Mrs. Love Park. Well, mate, it's beautiful up there, isn't it? It is beautiful. Did you walk up there or did you get the bus up there? I mean, I walked up there in about 35-degree heat last year, and I struggled. I was knackered. Is Harry Kane gone yet? I mean, I just want the saga over with now, dragging these nuts. I want it done and dusted. It is depressing, the whole Kane saga. Depressing. Morning, Perchy. Got a funny feeling our centre-backs are going to come, but it's going to be the clown Longley. Yeah, I agree. I think we'll get him on a free, probably. That's my feelings on it. Link to Clement Longley is getting closer. Yeah, painful, isn't it? I actually started wondering, could the Spurs defence hack it in the Championship? No, I don't. People will sit there and say Romero, but again, in that defence, no. I think we'd struggle with that back line in the Championship. What in the, Midori? Here's a good one. In the Championship, what you have is proper defenders. Not saying that we haven't really. But when I say proper defenders, I mean hard hitters, proper defenders. So, yeah. For me, I don't think so. I think you'd have proper hitters in there. out on a stag do in Cardiff, gonna get messy. Big up, Mark Robinson. Go and have a beer on me, my friend, and go and buy the stagger drink on me. Go on, do it for Mark, like you got in your picture. Couple of beers, go on, you and the thing. I'll be in the middle. I will be in the middle of making the channel, getting name out there first, getting some pre-recordings, then lives in a few weeks. Mate, Danny, if you ever need any help, give me a shout. You've got my number, so if you want any help on your channel, just let me know. And obviously, Dan, put your link in, and let's get everyone in there. Let me know your subscribers right now, and let's go and push it. Miss this man. Look, he turns up. I say about plugging a channel, and look who turns up. Ben Kaufman's here. Yeah, go and subscribe to Danny. Go and subscribe to me, Danny. Go and subscribe to Ben. Spread the love, guys. Go on. Danny's one of the really nice guys. Lovely at this. And listen, you're going to produce really good content, mate. You talk really well. And listen, you stand by what you say. I respect it. Walked up to Parkwell and the hill was an adventure. So, yeah, it is, isn't it? When you walk up the hill to Parkwell, it is a bit of an adventure. Did you get to you got the outdoor escalators sometimes that help you get up on certain areas? But yeah, no, it's a bit of a walk up there, but it's lovely. If anyone does go to Barcelona, make sure you go to Parkwell. It is beautiful. One of the nicest places in the city. Are we spending the K money on Maguire and Longley? Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all. Do you think Luton has a better defence than ours? Yeah, probably. I'll be honest. Well, yeah, I think we've got a really poor defence, and even when people sit and rave about Romero, I don't. I think he's all right. I think he's a good player, but I don't sit there and start going on about that he's the be all and end all. Really, if I'm honest, I think he's okay, and that is really it. Big up Thomas Taylor, not a Spurs fan. Leave his hurting your club from a footballing perspective. Thomas, I agree. And all the people that sit back and tell me, oh, I don't know what you're moaning about. You're moaning. Oh, I'm sorry. It is. We aren't good. We're defensively all over the place. But yeah, he is, because we don't buy proper players. We don't fill in the gaps where we are absolutely crying out for. Said yesterday that we should go and look at Brennan Johnson. What happened? We got linked to him yesterday. Yeah, Spurs Taff, they're listening to you, mate. They are listening to you. So yeah, I think we might be linked to him, but for me, I'm not 100% sure on Brennan Johnson. I like him. I'll be honest. I like Brennan Johnson. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player, but is he the one we need? I don't know. Dan, send me the link on WhatsApp. Yep, exactly. Plug away Danny. Let's get Danny. Let's get Danny to what? 100 subscribers at least, 200 subscribers. Let's try and do that as a community. Listen, the one thing I always say about this, when I started. It's about everyone. It's about the community. We're one community, guys, aren't we? So listen, go and subscribe to everyone. Yeah, no, you haven't done it yet. Yeah, Dan, as soon as you get it set up, send it out. Even if you've got no subs yet, we'll push it out, definitely. We like you on. You get a lot of good, everyone talks very highly of you when you're on the channel. They do like you on it. Morning, Perchy. Spurs making big mistake not getting defenders early, as when Kane is sold, teams are going to up that. I agree, Chris. I agree. I think we needed to get this stuff done early. I saw a few Luton home games, and they may not be the most talented, but they're damn physical. Midori, do you know what? That is an absolute killer point. What have we not got? We haven't got physical centre halves. Do you know what? That is the most bang on thing. Yeah, they may not be the greatest player in the world, but I tell you what, they're workhorses, and they'll work their hardest on it. Is Danny one of the one wears? Yeah, no, they're not sunglasses. They're blue light glasses. Spurs Taff, because I think Dan, I correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think you have an epilepsy or something. So obviously with the lighting and stuff, it's basically blue light. It's the blue screen to protect your eyes. They're not sunglasses. No, yeah. But I know, yeah, but they're what they are. Yeah. Oh, he does. My guy. Yeah, exactly. They're not sunglasses. We keep saying in the chat they're not sunglasses. Yeah, top man, thanks a lot. Yeah, listen, Danny, as I said, as soon as you have it, let me know and I will sort it out for you, mate. Yeah, no. 1 second. Okay, let's see. 35 mil turned down as if Levy will pay more. What was this for? Sorry, what was the 35 mil for? I'm not sure. Saw people on We Are Tottenham TV ranking the attack minus Kane as a top 4 attack. Oh, listen, I love the lads at We Are Tottenham TV, but listen, I don't think so. Minus Kane, I think we're okay. I don't think we're top 4 in that sense. I think, but what we will have, the one thing we will have without Harry Kane is we'll have much more fluidity. But I think we're probably 1 or 2 off to even be talking about that. I think we have to see a bit more from Heung-min Son, a lot more from Kulusevski, and Richarlison's going to have to show up when it's needed. Honestly, man, I only saw the escalators on the way down. Yeah, that's typical. Always the way. Another note, quick question: how long do you think you'll be? How long do you think it'll be until Spurs fans turn against Ange if Levy doesn't back him? Ryan, I've said this all along. I think as a community and as a Spurs fan base, we can't turn on this manager, whether we like it or not. We can't. Listen, I know people call me a hypocrite because you turned on Conte. I didn't. It wasn't necessarily about Conte. It was just I didn't like the way he played football. It was so dreary and boring. But I do agree. We can't. We have to support. And he's going to need the backing here, big time. Let's work. I said you've got to give him his contract, his 4-year length. That's how it works, in my opinion. I like Dan. Yeah, exactly. Danny's a real nice one. Really nice bloke as well. He talks. It says it with chest. I respect it, big time. Much love. He's always welcome on my channel. Always welcome. Yeah, let's see. Big up Tigaro, my guy. Thank you so much. My AFL team, Brisbane Lions, just lost to the Minnows. So here's a few bucks for keeping me somewhere sane. Come on, you Spurs. Cheers. Big hashtag thank you, Tigaro, in the chat. Surely much love to you. Thank you so much, mate. You're a top one, a real one. Just for the pizza chat, Dan wears, yeah, exactly. Dan wears blue light glasses for his epilepsy. They're not sunglasses. Thank you. Let's clear that one up because everyone says sunglasses, they're not. Yeah, exactly. Ben's not bully. Ben's lovely. Ben's one of the nicest guys. He's one of the nicest guys. Big up Angela. Midori, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Midori, no, I'm assuming you were playing. I'm assuming you were just playing and joking. I know you're always in here. I know you're not that guy. I think it's shambolic we're being a new attacker when all we need. Yeah, Bobby. I mean, I looked at the attacker lad that we were linked with, and I like him. That Wahi guy, the French lad that plays at Montpellier, like him. I think he's a good player. I tell you what, I'd prefer him over signing someone like a Vlahovic. People, it's a cheap option. But he's 20 years of age. I mean, it's someone we could end up having for 10 years and he could do really good. He scored 19 goals last season. And I'll tell you what, in this system, I think he'll do well. Yeah, exactly. I thought you were. Yeah, exactly. Looking forward to the Shakhtar game next Sunday. Yeah, really? I mean, is that going to be Kane's farewell? Are we all thinking that's Kane's farewell? Yeah, Bobby's right. We have to back the manager, front foot manager, play the right football. He'll only fail if he isn't back. But the thing is you're bang on, Bobby. I think what we do as a fan base, we have to remember, we have to realise as fans now that it's not going to be all plain sailing. We're going to win games 3 or 4-0. We're going to get battered 4 or 5-0. We might have games where we're playing the right football, we can't find the net. So I think we have to just remember that. I think it's going to take a lot of time to build this club and build how we want to. Yeah, exactly. Good luck to Danny. I hope you do well. Listen, you know where I am if you ever need me to come onto your show any single time. Anytime. 100% behind Ange, but a lot will turn him because they want instant success. Yeah, Mark, when you hear fans going, Ange has to get us back into the top 4, and I'm sitting there going, well, he's going to fail already. If that's your benchmark that he has to get back into the top 4. For me, I sit back and go, really? I think at the moment, the best thing what we need to do, there should be no expectation this season. Just get us back to a basis of winning games of football nicely, the proper way of football. Before we carry on, guys, as well, exactly. Even the burn account, the wifey's 92 in the chat and 26 likes. Have a word, guys. Smash that button And let's get the likes up to over 50 straight away. Well, I think it's up to 29 now. So let's 21. Come on, get it over 50. And I'll put the link in the chat. How about that? And we'll do 1 in, 1 out, or 2 in, 2 out, whatever. I'll put the link in the chat. We can have anyone come on whenever they like. Fair enough. If you think you'll be gone, I think he might be. I think it will all be agreed, but that will be he'll make a passing goodbye. Then I think so. Yeah, I think that will be the case. Okay, I don't think he should play in either a game, Scott. If he's not playing, if he's not staying at this club, but I know how this sentimentality of this football club will be, Scott. It will be, oh well, it's Harry Kane's last game against Shakhtar, so okay, well, this, that, and the other. Like, nah, go. If he wants to go, just go. Like, I want to start building this club a bit better. We will not get top 4, even with Kane, so it's irrelevant. A lot of teams who finish above us will have improved. Yet, I agree. I think it's true. I think we've got. You look at the likes of Aston Villa. You look at the likes of Newcastle. You look at Liverpool. Chelsea are going to be back in that conversation. Philly. You've also got obviously Man United, Man City, Arsenal. Don't have to talk about. There's a lot of teams to even get in there. So I think top 4 is so unrealistic right now. If we get into the Champions League, great. But yeah, way over it. Brilliant midfield. Madison, Lo Celso, Matasar, not for me. I would have gone Basuma, Madison, Sarr at the moment. I don't think you can play Madison and Lo Celso at the same time. Don't think it'll work. Exactly, Midori. Exactly. How is he going to get back into the Champions League with that? Agreed. Yeah, I think he has a say in it. Of course, I think Ange Postecoglou has a say in it. I agree. I think he does, but I know we're better off selling Kane and Højbjerg, buy 2 centre backs, a DM, and make look. Yeah, exactly. For me, Shah, what I say about this, I said go and get Tony now. I know he can't sign and he wouldn't be able to move until January, but be proactive. Go and put the money down for Ivan Toney right now and go. There you go. It's 40 million quid for Ivan Toney. And we'll have him now and we'll have him in January. That, for me, is what I would do. The scheduling is shambles. Nothing. I agree, C to the 4th. I agree. I think that is absolutely car crash. That's what we're doing. We're playing on the Sunday. No, we're playing. We play on the Saturday against Shakhtar Donetsk, and then Monday I'm going to the Barcelona game. I think it's criminal. Whoever did that is so silly. I've got a load of wires ready for the mural. Yeah, exactly. Listen, the mural's great. Listen, I like Harry Kane. I love Harry Kane. I think all of us in this chat will profess they do love him. But yeah, I agree. Play Kane and then sell. No, but I don't think we should play either of them. Neither of them should be playing. Yeah, exactly. Dulux, of course. Got to use the sponsorship money. Even doing what by throwing another man. Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing is the fan base. We can't throw him under the bus now. I think it's about standing behind the manager. Oh, Barry, Nick, this is spot on. All the teams in the US look good. What have they got? They're playing in hot weather, so it's hot weather training, and there's no games called off. We've gone to the other side of the world where the weather's been horrendous. Notice the difference. Notice the difference. We've gone the other side. It's been terrible. Kane gets injured and he's out. Listen, exactly, Midori. I can see that. It wouldn't shock me, would it? Are you bringing wings back? Are we bringing back to Shakhtar testimonial whilst we're at it? Yeah, exactly, Bill. I agree. For me, if Kane wants to go, get it done now before that game, and then start the team. What I said, Bill, what I want to see. And I'd like to know people's thoughts in the comments here. I think the Shakhtar and the Barcelona games, what we need to have is 2 11s play 90 minutes. 2 11s play 90 minutes. Maybe, obviously, the subs on it here and there. But I want to see it like that. I want to see that's how we play. And then Barcelona play different teams plays and we play in the 90 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Ivan Toney doesn't. Yeah, I know he doesn't. It was a good name. It was a good player. No, Barry, I think you're playing. It's Saturday, mate. It's Saturday, isn't it? No, apologies. Right, it's Sunday. So yeah, because my birthday's on Monday. Sorry, I was getting mixed up. My birthday's on Monday, We play Shakhtar on the Sunday, birthdays on Monday, and then on the Tuesday I'm going to the Barcelona game. Stop spreading these rumors, love. Honestly, babe, I love you, but stop spreading it. I haven't got a dire shirt. You edited it and you know you did it. Stop it. We are not having that rumor spread around. We need 2 genuine hardened centre backs. Phillips is a project player with a solid 6, and it's Sangare for me. If Forest get him over Spurs, I think we'll really regress. Are Forest actually after Sangare? If he is, that's mad. That's a great signing for them. We should get him. I agree. River Plate won the European Argentinian Primera. Maybe some players will be sold. Lucas Beltran will be good. Do you know what? Who's new? This is a good point here. I hope we had scouts over there for that game. See who's about. Look at what others do. Exactly. I agree. I think we should be all after players over there. The only problem I would see is his visa issues might be the only problem. There's a slight visa thing with the UK now. Yeah, she's amazing, but she's just playing games. She's just good at editing. That's why. I can actually get you the real picture of that one that she put up on my thing on the thing that she put up. This season's gonna be like a roller coaster, to say the least. At least I have so much deadwood still there. No centre backs. Yeah, I agree, Dan. But I think that's why we have to stand by the manager. Stand by the manager has to be the way we do this. We can't not balance support the manager, guys. More likes, 69. What's happening? I think an ad just popped up. Ignore me. Sorry about that. Hope that wasn't copyrighted sound as well. I hope as I didn't hear anything. Guys, come on, 16 more likes. You're really cheap on the likes today. Let's get the likes up, and then I'll put as soon as we get to 50. As soon as it hits 50, the link will be in the chat. And if you want to come on, you're welcome on. I'm going to make sure I'm going to try and keep it so it's 2 or 3 at the same time, and then we'll just rotate people. And I'll try and let people have 10 or 15 minutes at a time. I don't want it too many. As an Arsenal fan, I personally think Ange is an exciting manager. His style of football is fluid, great on the eye. It's a shame that, yeah, Ryan, spot on. Absolutely spot on. We just need the right players for it. It's going to take time. I agree. Yeah, well done. Well, yeah, it's my birthday on Monday, Barry, and I'm expecting a birthday card. That's what I'm saying. In between both games, my birthday's in the middle of it. They're very kind to Spurs to do that. Spurs should play full. Listen, it doesn't matter how we play. I just want to see us play fluid, pressing football. Agree. I agree. But you're not Levy. He won't. I think like you. I agree. I agree. And 11 and 5 subs. He should know his team by now. We're 2 weeks away. I agree, Bill. I think what I want to see though, Bill, is, as I said, against these 2 teams, those 11 and 5 subs, first game, and then the second game we do exactly the same. Postponing the Kane farewell for 1 week means no sense. Yeah, I agree. Angelo, I agree. I think the sentimentality of this football club is way over the top. Just get it done, in my opinion. A big up over Valvez. Valvez, by the way, over on Twitch. If you guys are watching this on YouTube and you have a Twitch account, go to Twitch and follow me on Twitch. And also, this is another one. If any of you are on Twitch and have an Amazon Prime account, go over there and you can subscribe to my channel over at Twitch. All the streams go over there. You can subscribe to me on there. It's completely free to do if you have an Amazon Prime account. You just got to link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, and that way you can send us a subscription over to me over there as well. It's quite funny. It's called subscriptions on YouTube just to subscribe. But it's subscriptions on Twitch to pay, which is members on. It's the same as a membership, basically. So, guys, if you haven't, and you go over to twitch.com and go and follow at the Perchy TV on there as well. So it's at the Perchy TTV up there. So it's TTV up there. Hopefully the team needs to start. Hopefully the team that starts against Barcelona is the one that starts against Brentford. Yeah, Mark, I would have thought so. Either way, I'd happily either way. Whichever one of them's got to do it. Big up Perchy, Nick, and everyone in the chat. I'm going to make up for lost time spending with the people I love, doing the same things I do. The individuals like Joe Lewis, Rob. Yeah, Philly, mate, go and spend time with your family, your loved ones, your mates, all that lot. Life's too short. Life is too short, my friend, but you are a real one. You've been here since day one. Much love to you, mate. You're a top guy. Don't write Tony not fitting. Everyone's seen Kyogo, but they had a big lump of a lad like Glamorcus who scored 20 goals. Yeah, listen, I don't mind. I think good players will score goals in any system. Everyone's saying buying for Kane. Watch your space, a bid, etc. Don't push it past United to come in the last minute to hijack it. Listen, Chris, I agree. I think you can see Man United sneaking in at the last moment to sneak in there. Big up Philly, yeah, agreed. Big up. Also, he used Tim Cahill as a target man in Australia. Yeah, Tim Cahill was great. He was one of those short guys that was great in the air, weren't he? He used to just leap all the time. Yeah, big up, cousins, mate. Good morning, everyone. You're early. What have I missed? Yeah, no, we always do the early ones on a Saturday and a Sunday, Mark. I can go over to the pool this evening. The weather's beautiful. Go to the swimming pool later. Guys, 9 more likes. Can we get there? And I'll put the link in and anyone can come on as long as you've got a camera on. Paulo Diaz scored for River. Chilean defender. I was scouting along with Pablo Sarri, Barco. Yeah, listen. There's going to be good. There's good players about, isn't there? There's good players about. Guys, get your comments into the chat. Come on, guys. Where is everyone? What is happening? I don't know if it's me. Or can you guys see the chat? Because it's completely stopped for me. Or have you lot stopped messaging in the chat? Get your messages in and smash the like button. 7 likes away. Where are you guys? The chat's gone completely quiet. Where is everyone? What's happening? I can't see anyone. There we go. We're 7 likes away. Come on and put the 4 more. 4 now. Ibanez room is starting again. If Ibanez, Longley, Kesse, what are your thoughts? I like Kesse. Ibanez is, I think he's very similar to Romero, which worries the hell out of me. Longley's crap, so not amazing. Not amazing in my opinion. Yeah, 140. Smash those likes, guys. Come on, it's a free hit. Let's do it. And then that way, I'll put the link in once we get to 50. You lot will see it before it comes to me. So if you see it, just say it's. Just put 50 in chat when it gets to 50. Oh, there we go. I think it's just flipped over. Who wants to come on? Exactly. I'm here now. Smash the likes. Exactly. Who wants to come on? Am I happy if we sign Kesse and Ibanez? Kesse, yes. I think Kesse will be brilliant for us. Ibanez, I'm worried because of he's a bit like Romero. I don't know if he'll be the one. I don't know. Getting fed up being linked with everyone except centre-back. Agreed. I agree with that. Go on, and I'm going to put the link in. Who wants to come on? Who's in here wants to come on? There you go. I know Tell wants to. There you go. Rules, obviously, guys, there's always the rule. Camera has to always be on. And I'm going to try and rotate it. I'm not going to have the same people on all the time. If there's people in the back, I'm going to one out, one in, basically. We're going to just keep rotating it. I think I've sent it. Is it come? Oh, no. I think I've done that wrong. That's not the link. That's the link. I'm removing that one off the chat. There. Sorry, I think I hit the button. Yeah, so guys, if you want to come on, just camera always on and we can have a little chin wag. Ask your questions away. Who we got? Big up. Romero needs a steadying input. I agree. Not someone who's as crazy and rash like him. I agree with you. Soon as Kane goes, deal will be done. Yeah, but it should be done before Jessica. Redemption, how you doing, mate? I'm good. I'm good. And just a click of a finger, we've got two of the two most people. We love these guys on our channel. Always here. We've got Jose and we've got Danny. How you doing, boys?
Morning. I'm all right. Yourself, mate?
Yeah, right. Do you know what? I'm all right. You know, I had a lot proper lie-in. I was initially going to be starting this an hour earlier, and then Mia basically said to me, oh no, that's when she's doing her hour. And I was like, I'm not going to clash. I'm not that person. So I'll move mine an hour later. She messaged me this morning going, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling very well. I can't do my stream. And I went, don't worry. I literally woke up. I woke up at what would have been 8 o'clock for you guys, 9 o'clock for me. So I literally had an hour to rush around and get myself ready to so it was 10 o'clock, sorry, 9 o'clock for you guys. So I woke up literally an hour before I was meant to start streaming. So quick shower, quick brushing the teeth, had some breakfast, and then boom, here we are. Boys, not much is going on. So let's have a chinwag about what?
Where's it going? I think everyone's asking the same questions, mate. Where the hell is this thing meant to go? I mean, for me, Harry Kane's gone. I think we all knew that.
Agreed.
there was that chance that it'd be another season, but I do think we're at the point now. Harry Kane's gone, and it is for the better.
Agreed.
But we've still done absolutely nothing. I'm not going to go into detail about money, this, that, and that. We all know we got it, but we just don't seem to want to spend it. We don't seem to want to do everything. What is meant to be going on? I mean, I thought the other day when I watched part of that game and watched it and that, I thought our attack looked as bad, if not worse, than the defence until they brought on the second half lot. I thought that looked more solid than the front three we played.
I agree. I thought we were rather poor against the Singaporean side. I thought we were really poor in the first half.
Awful.
We looked like we had no real idea what we were doing there. And Jose, I'll bring you in on this one as well. Like, for me at the moment, I think if we don't sign a centre back, if we start the season without signing a centre back for the Brentford game, is that not gross negligence from the football club itself?
I think, firstly, I'll say in both games that we played, we've looked better in both games in the second half than what we did in the first half. In both games, it's just a fact. We just look better in the second half. What I will say is the reports coming out from the last game is that Postecoglou trained them really, really hard to a hilt for 3 days before that game. So they said that a lot of the players said that they were absolutely knackered for that game against the Sailors. Now, whether that's an excuse or not, I don't know, because it is pre-season and they missed out a game, so he's worked them for 3 days. So that's what's the rumours that are coming out from the club. My question to you both, and probably to the panels, where are you two at, and where's the panel at with everything? Because I've been quiet for a week. I used to blame me gasket, I used to blame me top. But I've learned about Tottenham now over the years. I'm an old boy now, and I've learned about Tottenham over the years. So my tolerance levels have become far higher. I don't agree with everything that's going on, but I've not lost my rag about it because I still know there's another 5 weeks left of the window. So I'm living in that hope that we do something now between now and the end of the window. But a lot of people are losing their rag already.
Yeah, but do you know why people I think losing their head at the moment? I'll put my hand up. I'm one of those. I'm furious at the moment of this window. For me, the only real reason you wait till the end of the window to get deals done is if you just need a bit of sprinkling, little additions. What you do is you sort your main problems out at the start of the window. You go, boom. What's our biggest problem? We need a centre half. Boom. We're going to get 1, 2 in, done. That's done. And then what we do is we go, do you know what? We're not sure about Harry Kane saga, so we're going to scout around for a striker. Great, cool. And then if he does go, we'll pounce straight in on one. And listen, that can happen at the start or at the end of the window. That can happen any time. The way we do business is crap.
Shocking.
Dan, you'll probably agree with me in what I'm about to say. It's like it's gross negligence. Listen, I said at the start, I said for me, we had to have centre halves signed before we took off for Asia and Australia.
Perchy, can I say I'm not disagreeing with what you say?
No, I know you're not.
I'm in total agreement with you, Dan, and the whole fan base. The only thing that I'm saying is my tolerance levels, because of watching this club for years and years and years, and especially since Enoch have been here, my tolerance levels are, I feel no pain now. I used to. Yeah. I don't feel no pain now. And that's the thing. I don't feel pain at all. Of course, it's gross negligence. We know we need centre-halves. We need them, but we need 1, 2, 3 centre-halves. I won't settle for 1. We need 3. Do you know what I mean? And we need to get rid of Deadwood. But in the back of my mind, and it's only in the back of my mind, if Paratici is still involved, do you think that he's got irons in the fire like he used to have everywhere with lots of different players, and we just ain't settled for what we've done yet?
Paratici's still about. I mean, God help us. I think he's woeful. I think he's crap. Yeah, I'll be worried if he's still about making signings. I'll be terrified. Dan,
is it not better to have someone than not have no one at all, though?
I don't know. Can anyone name me, apart from the ones he got from his old club, has Paratici made any good signings?
Basuma.
Really? From people I told,
Basuma wasn't even a Paratici one.
And from what I've been told, he had no involvement in that.
No.
That was all Daniel Levy.
That was a typical Daniel Levy signing. 1 year left. 1 year left on the contract. Bang, deal done.
Very close with the Brighton owner and stuff. So that, from what I believe, listen, don't take. I'm not in the know. I'm not ITK and all that crap. I just got told from someone that was very close to that actually that was very much done by Daniel Levy, and Paratici wasn't involved at all with the Basuma deal.
That was Daniel Levy all over, mate.
That's what I was told. But my point being is, if we look back though, if we look at last season he was buying for Antonio Conte. I think that's fair. That's a fair analysis. Who did he sign that we'd go, oh wow, they've blown me away?
So the season before then, when he was signing Hill and Sarr and players like that, who was he buying them for then?
He was buying those for Nuno. He bought in Emerson, Gill, Sarr. Sarr wasn't bought for the manager. That was long term because they let him go back on loan to the end of the season so he could come back. But yeah, no, they were bought for Nuno.
So was Nuno already in place when these players were bought, or were they bought prior to Nuno coming in?
He bought Brian Hill, he bought Emerson, all these lads.
That was for his style.
They would have fit the way that we were going to play under Nuno.
That was the idea of it.
Sacked Nuno after what? 2 months, 3 months, whatever it was, and then brought in Conte and changed it up all again. And then when we've got a load of players now that don't fit it again because we went and spent them in the window, it was just absolute circus. But
look, Perchy, one of the things I think that we do have as a problem here is like what you said earlier. You're not hurt. You're not particularly bothered anymore. Yeah,
I don't care anymore. I'll be
right.
honest.
In my opinion, yeah, you should be. We all should be. But the problem is where this club has just treated the fans and treated the club itself, the owners, just like nothing. You're now at that point where, you just, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I can take it. It's only Tottenham. I ain't going to get the ump about it. We'll probably whack together a few weird old deals together at the end of that, and it might all work. You know what? Don't worry about it. Well, no, we should be worried about it. We should be totally scared of it because we still ain't doing business when it should be done. We're still not acting. We're barely even acting like a club, let alone something that's meant to be a club the size of Tottenham Hotspur.
Agreed.
And
I agree.
We're still having debates with people of like, well, players like Ndombele should be given another chance. This one should be given another chance. Yeah, the style might work for them. And on a lot of it, I'm sorry, I have not got the sympathy for a lot of the players in the aspect of they've been crap for bloody 4 or 5 years. And yeah, it is frustrating for me. And I can totally understand why people have got to their point of the tolerance level goes up. Because you're just expecting pain, basically. You don't want pain, so you let your tolerance level go up.
Agreed.
That now then gives them excuses, basically, like, yeah, we can push this even further because they ain't too bothered about it. We can muck it up a bit more. They won't be bothered about it for long because they're so bloody used to it. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, Man City, I'll even go into Aston Villa, Newcastle. They wouldn't be putting up with this crap.
Agreed.
They wouldn't be dealing with it. They'd be going off their head about it. So why have we got such a high tolerance level? And why are we so, do you know what? Go on, get on with it. And we're still, things will be cushy at the end sort of thing. No. This is what is the problem with the club, in my opinion.
But when I say tolerance level, that's my own personal level. I'm not talking for everyone now. I'm just talking for myself.
No, you are basically talking for a lot of people. You really are. Because I'm not making you wrong for it. Because people have got such a high tolerance level because we're known for being such a bloody Mickey Mouse club. Well, and it's given people a high tolerance.
No, but I agree. But I agree with everything that's being said. I'm in support of everything that's being said.
No, I know you are.
The only thing is I'm not shouting off the rooftops about it. Where I've seen a lot of our fan base going absolutely doolally, and I'm not the person to. I remain calm. I'm not the person to go doolally. Not yet. Get me nearer towards the end of the window, and then I'll probably change. The beast changes.
The job should already be done. Sorry.
I agree.
I agree, and I totally agree. We should have the centre backs before we sign the goalkeeper, before we sign Maddison. Yeah, they're nice to get these signings. Okay, we would have needed a keeper, but it would have been better to go after the centre. I agree. We should have gone after the centre halves first, and then brought in Maddison, because Maddison weren't going to be a hard deal, and neither was the goalkeeper. So had we gone in for the centre halves, done the harder deals first, got them out of the way, then these two other signings would have become easier.
Maddison had to get done first. He was on the market basically. If we wouldn't have snapped up Maddison when we did, someone else would have said, "Yes, mate, thank you," and snapped him up. We had to get him first.
Dan, did you see many people coming after Maddison? Because I didn't. I saw more interest in Harvey Barnes from clubs than what I did for Maddison.
Maddison, there wasn't really a chance for interest in him because we snapped him up that bloody quick. Newcastle was looking at him and very interested.
We were good with the Madison deal. I think the Madison deal.
We snapped it up.
You have to remember that. Look at the clubs around that would have. You've always got to judge it on who needs him. I think there's no club's just buying him for the sake of buying him. You're buying him for a reason. So you go top down. Man City. I mean, if they came in from, you'd probably go there. But listen, I think they've got bigger fish and they'll look even bigger than sort of a Madison.
I mean, Perchy,
you work down. Huh?
Another point for you, mate. Sorry to interrupt you. Another point for you. People also talking, I notice on a lot of shows and that, follow quite a lot of shows now. But the other thing is all I ever hear off Spurs supporters, and I will say a majority, is excuses.
Oh, agreed.
Now, for me,
we have excuses for everything in this football club.
There's two different things, yeah? There's reasons, which doesn't make things right, but it's a solid reason. And then there's just bloody excuses. Yeah. What? Players are knackered and everything and all that. Playing against, let's get this straight. Lo Celso had a good game. Others, we was playing against a bloody Cowboy team, for God's sake.
Pub side,
even make the pub side over here. And we're then getting all preached on about and whatever, about how certain players had a good game when they come on. Now, you can only judge by what a player does and what he can do. I get that, yeah? But come on, we just played a Mickey Mouse team. And why we was even out there, I don't see no other big club going to do all this. Roma pulled out of it at the last minute, if I remember quick. All the other big teams are playing hard games right now, and they're going to be ready for the league. We're playing Mickey Mouse games, and then all of a sudden we've got back-to-back with Shakhtar and Barcelona, and then bang, the season starts and that. We are not going to be ready.
Do you know what? I agree with you. And I said this when that one got cancelled, I said, this is going to derail it. I know it's just one game. People got, it's just one game of football. Why are you overreacting? But I think you've got to remember, when we've got this now gap between friendlies now, and then play two back-to-back, it can't help. You've got to bear in mind, you've got to remember with other teams as well. We're the only sort of team in the top half that've got a new manager. We've got a team now that needs to adjust with the new manager, learn how to play under this manager, and we've got to adjust. Other teams don't need to. They've got their settled manager, settled squad. They go, do you know what? Sprinkling of dust. All is good. Sprinkling it of gold dust. Look at Aston Villa, settled team. Pau Torres, Diaby, boom, and Tielemans. That's just the extra quality into the team, isn't it? We don't do that at this football club.
No,
We're so far behind that. We need to start building again by getting centre halves in.
I mean,
getting this and the other in.
With the amount of dead wood we got there, mate, they might as well come around my place. I'll open up the back garden and we'll have a bloody bonfire out there, yeah? There is so much players that just should not be there. And where's it all going? Like I said, half of these players should be gone. If they're not gone, we should have at least have brought players in to cover it so we do get rid of them. The bit that really, really, really scares me here, I can, honest to God, see start of the season with Eric Dyer there being captain. I think we are that screwed up as a club. And do you know what? You'd even have fans out there saying, do you know what? He might actually play better under Angie. Give him another bloody goal.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. But this is what I mean. Oh. But Dan, here's one what I've noticed a lot. And I'm not going to mention names, not how it works, but what I've noticed, it's not just one. It's a collection of fan base and within the fan bases. I've noticed what I'm seeing now a lot of is player favourites are now becoming the norm, where they get a different action. I hear give Ndombele a chance, but then I also hear get Eric Dyer out and say, you can't. For me, it can't have it both ways.
It contradicts itself, doesn't it?
I hear the ones that people want to like and want to have in, they're going, oh, give them a chance. They might do good. And I use the Ndombele's factor as a great one. He hasn't done it under any single manager.
No,
I would get it here. And whenever he's playing under negative manager, blah blah blah. I went, well, then why do you not do it against do it for Napoli last season?
One
of the
whole
most
game.
free-flowing attacking footballs last season in Italy, and he played one game. He started one game and
One
finished
solid game he had, and then all right, he might have come on another 20 times in that, but that was only for 15, 20 minutes here and
He
there.
started one game.
Perchy, what has he actually done at Spurs? One person on this
Trudge
whole
up
thing
against
watching,
Morecambe.
he scored a goal against, what was it, Sheffield, was it? And all right, there was one or two moments he had where he looked
I think. Do you know
good.
what? I think as a
He's
player,
done nothing.
I agree. As a player, he's very talented. You can't disagree with that. But I want hard work. I mean, you're going to have to work hard under this manager. And I'm amazed that the fact is he hasn't played any games in pre-season, which says a lot for me. I think that screams a lot. Jose, I'd like you to jump in on this one because he hasn't played. I know he's been injured, but is that for me? It screams it's time to go. No,
It should have been
for me.
Anyway.
I mean, if you look at all the loan players that were out last season, right, and you look at the pre-season so far, you would say, or you'd think to yourself that out of the 11 that went out on loan, there's probably only 2 that might be in his squad for this season. So the other and Reguilon are the only 2 that have played for him in 2 games. Whether we agree with it or not, and I'm not agreeing. So whether we agree with it or not, they're the only 2 players that were out on loan last year that have actually featured with him at all in any part. The other 9 haven't featured. So therefore, you'd like to think we've got a bloated squad. We need to get rid of players as well. We need to buy the centre halves, but we need to get rid of players. We need to move players on. To me, I agree with it. As I said, I agree with everything. But the one thing I will say is I'm not going to be two-faced here because at the moment I've said all along I will back Ange Postecoglou. So if Postecoglou says he wants to do this, then I'm in his camp and I'm doing whatever he says. Whether I agree or not, I'm backing him 100%. And if he says he only wants to keep, let's say for argument's sake, Lo Celso and Reguilon in the squad, but he wants to get rid of all the others, I'm in agreement with it.
Right, I totally get you on backing the manager, yeah? But I'm going to spin that question round for you. Are we actually, I'll say we, because we all said we're back the manager, but are you actually backing the manager here? Or are you actually backing the club? Because as far as I'm concerned, any half-decent manager would have already been on his USBs, been on checking everything out. He would have already had a very good idea of where we need to rebuild, yeah? Yep. If he didn't, then we've got a poor manager already, yeah? Now, I can just not picture him sitting there and saying, right, we're keeping Dombele, we keep Dyer, we keep this, we do this, I'll give him a chance, whatever. Maybe he'd even have a look at him in training. But they're going to end up staying because we just can't get rid of them on whatever. And then people are going to be saying, well, do you know what? Let's give Angie a chance. That's what Angie's picked and everything else. Is it? Is it really what he picked, or is it just that he couldn't get rid of it? Now it's going to go on his head like, well, he's probably said he wants to give them a chance and that. They end up playing crap. Then all the Spurs fans do what they always do, set about the manager and everything and that. Because, well, you should have got rid of them. You should have got this. Well, maybe he couldn't even get rid of the bloody players because the club wouldn't do the bloody job. So are you actually backing Angie or are you actually backing the club? I don't think we know where we stand, do we?
I'm backing Ange for footballing reasons. However, the only thing that we can't turn around and say that we've been privy to the conversations that Ange had when he was hired. When Ange was hired, Ange must have done an interview, and in his interview, he would have given his vision of the club, what he thinks that we need to do going forward, and he was hired on that. Now, the conversations that they had at the time, they must have said to Ange, we've got X amount of money in the pot for transfers, or you might have to do some wheeling and dealing. So we're not privy to these conversations. So conversations would have happened between the club and Ange. Ange knows what he's bought into, and therefore Ange knows what he has to what he has to work with. Now, as we've all said this, every manager that's come under the ENIC stewardship has known what they're letting themselves in for. Have the managers been backed? Have the managers been allowed to do what they want to do? Up until now, I'd say no, because they haven't. Even Pochettino wasn't allowed, and he was one of the more successful ones, and he wasn't allowed. So therefore, at the end of the day, the managers come in, but will he be allowed to do 100% what he wants to do, Dan? Possibly not. But he knew in his interview what he was coming into, and what kind of budgets they
I
were going to
totally
do.
get you, but that's not really the question I was asking. I get where you're gone. What I'm asking is, by the time it comes to the crunch and people are going to say, so many people are going to turn around and bang, there's another excuse, not a reason. We're going to give an excuse, a lot of people. Well, maybe Angie wanted to give him a go. Is it Angie actually wanted to give him a go, or is it just that he just could not offload him? So us saying we'll give Angie a go, back him up and everything and that, it's almost giving the club that extra bit of time of an excuse of like, well, Angie wanted to give him a go. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just deadwood that he can't bloody get rid of, because it's not him that does that job. It's the club that does that job. Now, we put it on Ange that, well, Ange wanted to give him a go and he hasn't worked. So we then come down like a ton of bricks on Ange. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I do. Dan, I do. And I said the other day in my comments the other day, the failure of the club, the failure of Levy and the board is not to hire the right. To me, it's not hiring the right staff. We don't have any talent idea, and our scouting system is absolutely crap. So we don't know what we're looking for, right? And then also as well, we haven't got a negotiating team. We haven't got negotiators within the club, because if we had, then you've got people that can do the deals and you don't have to rely on Levy to do anything. Levy and the board were out in Australia. It comes to a standstill. You're watching other clubs. I mean, it's well publicised.
Why is it at a standstill? Why is it at a standstill? You can get any job done over a bloody computer these days. You don't need to be there anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is,
didn't have to come to standstill.
But Dan, what I'm trying to say is, if he had a team of a negotiating team, a bid team, a negotiating team, then it doesn't matter where in the world Levy is, the team are doing that work. But we haven't got a team to do that, because he hasn't. No, I don't believe we have. Where are they then? I don't believe we have.
We're a business with the third biggest income in bloody sports, so I'm sure there's a negotiating somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure that if we can pull this crap off.
For
you
business,
don't need to be there. You can do it all on a bloody computer.
For business, for setting up contracts with Formula One, fucking concerts, all that shit, we've got negotiating teams. But we haven't got a negotiating team when it comes down to football. It's been neglected. There isn't a negotiating team there. I don't remember, or I don't recall many deals being done without the approval or without Levy getting involved. But other clubs don't operate like that. I mean, you're watching other clubs.
But I think you missed my point again. As all Levy needs to do is press the bloody button and say yes. As all he needs is to talk like this, basically, which you can do in that. He does not have to be there. I can sit here now and send you £500, like with my sort code, whatever, with your sort code and that. Bang, 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 job done. As all he needs is he's meant to sit there, do the work for him, what's got to be done and that, which we must have that. He's probably not a very good one, but we're a football club. And then Levy can smash that button, whether he's out in bloody Africa, Australia, bloody America, whether he's in Brazil, whatever. And he can do that. We have that wonderful thing these days called an internet. Again, to me, that just sounds like you're looking for too many reasons when...
No, I agree, Dan. Dan, I think you're spot on. I think there's so many excuses that get made about why we can't seem to get deals done. Before we carry on, though, I just want to welcome Alex. Mr. Box Office TV is here. If you don't know, you better get to know. Go and subscribe to him as well. And Harry, welcome along, mate. How are you? You haven't been on for a while, so welcome. I know you're on holiday, so I know you're only around for a few minutes. So I'll let you jump on and say, I'll jump to you first. I'll sort of push you in front of the queue just because I know you've only got a few. You kind of want to keep your stay and go. But what do you think? How this window's going? What's your thought process on it, mate?
I'm happy with the signings we've made, but I'm disappointed that we have signed no centre back. And we're 15, 16 days away from the season starting. We knew going into the window, but we knew in January that we had to address it. In the summer, we knew it before Conte was even sacked. So the fact we haven't done it when we know it should have been prioritised is crazy. It annoys me when you see that we're linked to players that aren't centre-backs. Bring the centre-backs in, then worry about anyone else coming in. They should have been addressed minimum one by now. Before pre-season is not good enough, but even now we're talking pre-season's close to ending. It still hasn't been addressed. And if Ange isn't given the tools, then he's set up to fail. So that the club have failed to address that.
Yeah, no, absolutely bang on. And Alex, I'll bring you in as well, mate, because I feel like you're about to have one of your classic rants, and I just want to let the floor be yours. Let me know, because I'll put you a front screen if you want, and you can just take over for about the next 10 minutes. Go on, mate. How you doing, mate?
there's not really much I can say because at the end of the day, I had the flip-flop Sean and the flip-flop Sava saying that I was absolutely negative last time, wasn't I? Well, who's got the receipts now, bro? You know what I mean? It's taken 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm repeating myself again. 3 weeks, and I'm not even joking. I'm not even loud. I'm not even shouting because I told you when I'm gonna be back in it, and I said it already. When he has a bad run of how many games with no wins, we know when the chickens are gonna come home to roost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I'll start looking to back it.
Yeah.
Because I've heard people, Tottenham fans, saying, "Why do you not back it, Alex? Why do you not back it, Mr. Box Office? The main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment. You should know my name already. If you don't know, get to know." You know what I mean? I was told that I'm negative, yeah, and I'm not shouting. Do you see me on streams? Do you see him on stream shouting? No, I'm not.
Most
I'm
of the
just saying
time.
the same thing that everybody else is saying. And it's ironic now. The person that said that Kane's a loser, everyone's saying the same thing. The people that said they're bored of the Kane situation, everyone's saying the same thing as me. Everyone that says that, oh, we know what our football club is like. Oh, I said it first. Everyone's saying the same thing as me. But I'm the one that's deluded. I'm the one that's deluded. Yeah. Well, come and say that to my face right now, brother. You ain't saying it to my face anytime soon, and that's it. And that's all I need to say, and that's it. It's the box office talking the truth again, and that's it. And on exclusive to most Tottenham fans, yeah, that say, "Oh, if we get 2 defenders, it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread." Well, if it's Langley and an average defender, what you saying then, bruv? What you saying? Because that's what's going to happen. Because you know what's going every single time, and that's it. You know what I mean? I told you why we got Maddison in so quickly because of FFP. I told you why we got Vicario in because it was done to Perchy, who's not cooking, by the way. Should never be at our club, by the way. And Gabbiadini, yeah? Yeah? I told you why we got Solomon in on a free. That's why. So why are you surprised that we got getting defenders in? Because why did Bayern Leverkusen need to sell him right now? Why did they need to sell him? Tell me. Tell me. They need to sell him so cheaply, don't they? What's their interest in selling him so quickly? And Van der Ven, if you can't buy a £30 million defender, what are you saying? You know what I mean? Again, we're making a bid. IT case. Really, do I look like I'm interested? No. It's like me saying I'm going to get married. If I want to get married, I get married, bruv. You know what I mean? Look, tell the world that I'm going to get married and don't get married at all. Just get divorced. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? That's all I need to say. Mr. Box Office TV, talking the truth again, and that's all I need to say, and that's it. Back to my boy Perchy to talk the truth again. I'm done.
See, we have an Alex rant at 12 o'clock in the afternoon for me, 11 o'clock for you guys if you're in the UK. Alex, spitting facts as always.
I can't make him wrong. I can't make him wrong.
You're actually right on this one.
In nearly everything you just said.
I actually like you, Dan, by the way. Yeah, I've listened to you, brother. You actually talk a lot of sense, you know. You know what I mean? We might have had arguments in the past, but
yeah,
you know what, bruv?
That's different opinions, mate. That's different opinions.
I mean?
What this comes down to is all I keep seeing is people giving reasons, which they ain't bloody reasons. They're just excuses. Now, I'll give it this. At the start, it actually looked quite positive, where we snapped up Maddison because he was on the transfer market. Bang, there you go, deal. If we wouldn't have done that deal, someone else would have blatantly had him. No two ways about it. The other one with the goalkeeper. The reason we snatched him up so quick is because Inter was in process of selling Onana, and that was their first choice. They was about to go for him. We said, thank you, snapped him up quickly, because if we wouldn't have got him, then it would have really looked bad if we ain't got a goalkeeper as well. And it did look positive at the start, but everyone then jumping up and down, yep, it's all going to get done now. Van der Ven's going to come in. This is going to come in. I've screamed this on so many shows. A £30 million deal with one of the biggest clubs in England, with the biggest income in Premiership and the third biggest income in bloody sport. And we can't get a poxy deal done together with a defender that is under 21 in a Wolfsburg team, 8th place in the Bundesliga, which are struggling for money, is an understatement because basically every club in Europe is struggling for money. And we can't put them together. And then I hear, well, Daniel Levy's not there, whatever, he makes the deal, this and that. And as all I keep hearing is reasons that to me, they're excuses. They might actually be solid reasons, but they're not right. A reason doesn't make it right.
Yeah,
We're a mess.
no, I agree. I should pick up this.
Can I just say something just quickly? Because I'm sick and tired of Tottenham fans saying having a go at Bayern Munich. Yeah, yes, they were out of order. The journalist was out of order, blatantly out of order. What he did, yeah, disrespect, should never be back at our time, anytime, every single time. Yeah, but the fact that we are bantering Bayern Munich, who've won Champions League on a given, yeah, like easy time, every single time, yeah, and we're saying, oh, that's a tap in. What? But what we got to say about having a tap in, bruv? Yeah, bruv, I've seen since 1998 2 trophies, bruv. And it's just League Cups, bruv. That's it. And you know what? The manager that won it got sacked the next season, bruv. So don't chat to me about this as a tap in, bruv, a Bayern Munich, bruv. Yeah? Right? The fact is, bruv, we need to lift up our standards, bruv, before we can't start chatting saying that, oh, that's a Germany tap in, bruv. Yeah? Maybe because of circumstances, it might look like it to you, bruv. But I'll be Bayern Munich every single minute, bruv, and that's it. Yeah? And that's to the person that was on TalkSport embarrassing themselves, telling me, oh, by the way, it's a German league tap in, bruv. What the hell are you talking about, bruv? Yeah? Start talking about actually standards, bruv, yeah? You know what I mean? Yeah? And that's why I call Kane a loser, bruv. If you don't want to go and actually win trophies, bruv, that's what it's all about, bruv. Because I tell you now, bruv, the above average John Carew, Haaland is it's just done the biggest record going, bruv, and it's so easy, bruv, yeah? And that's it this season, bruv. It was his first season, bruv. Yeah, and he got bantered by Dyer and Davis, bruv. So what you saying, bruv? That's all I'm saying. That's it. Back to you, Perchy. I'm done.
Thank you for letting it go back to me on my channel. Thank you very much, Alex. Much love to you. Thank you very much. Obviously, absolutely, always a pleasure. Harry, I know you can't stay for too long as though because you're out and stuff. I'll ask you before you do go. I want to ask your opinion before you do go, because then I'll pick up this from one of the lads on You have to, the guys, by the way, of you from the South Stand, you guys have to let me know which one of you is saying. So there's obviously 3 of you. So I love all 3 of you. But Harry, I was going to ask you, we've got now what, 10 days into our next, well, not 8 days, sorry, into our next friendly. Yeah. What do you want to see in that 8 days now to happen for you to go, oh, do you know what? Okay, we've recovered from our transfer window problems in our pre-season. What would you like to see before you have to go?
Well, go out there and be ambitious and pay the money, whether it's with Van der Ven, Tapsoba, or whatever centre-back Spurs believe. Pay the money, stop messing around. Because we've seen, like Villa, how quickly they've got their business done. They want a player, within a week they go and get that player. We faff right until the very, very end. And it's the same with going out the door, like with Harry Kane. We know we'll probably be in this situation. A week to go with the transfer window, and we don't know Kane's future. Disrupts our season again because the club can't make their mind up about the price tag or whether he's for sale or not. So you just need to show some ambition, make a decision, and get it done. If you're not willing to pay the price of Van der Ven or Tapsoba, I don't understand it, but fine, go elsewhere and pay the price. Whether it's for Adebayo, even for Lenglet, which probably could need 2 centre-backs if Lenglet is the case. Just go out and pay the money, get it done. We need a centre-back. We've got Brentford and Man United first 2 games. Both teams, perhaps they won't be straight away up to it, but both teams know how to score goals. They're both threat in front of goal, 2 big teams. Hard games, and with our defence, Ange hasn't been given the tools already to start the season. We know how important it is to start the season. It sets up perfectly. So we need to go out there and actually show some ambition and just get it done. Forget what we want to pay and whatever the club wants. Just go and do it.
Yeah, no, I can't. I echo that. And Harry, if you can pop your link in the chat, guys. Everyone go and subscribe to Harry and Scarfy Talk Show. Really good channel. Deserves get yourself up a little bit higher on your next goals that you want to get at. Go and watch his stuff. Push this guy so we can get to monetization. Will be amazing. So guys, pop your link in the chat. If you want to pop it into the thing, I'll put it in there or whack it in the chat. Ben, if you're in the chat, Ben, pop Harry's link in the chat. And guys, everyone go over there and subscribe to Harry. Thanks for coming on. I know you could come on for a few minutes, so thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, mate. We'll sort something out soon.
All the best, guys.
Take it easy.
Let's hope you sign a centre back.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot, Harry, for coming on for a little bit. And just pick this up from lads. I just wanted to say, not sure why people moaning about the amount of friendlies. Was this not the reset people wanted? Why they wanted training? No, but listen, I think you've got to remember. I think that was more. We're talking about in the season base. That is, lads. For me, that's all about what we do in the season. right now we should be getting as many friendlies as we can, playing as many games with different teams and different formations, so we can understand what his best team is straight away. That's the way I looked at it. I know we didn't want Europe. I didn't want European football because I just thought if we got European football, I think we'd been crumbled by halfway into the season.
I do get his point though.
No, I do, but I think you have to. It's context, isn't it? Is a great one.
I think another thing we're missing here, Perchy, is we're now getting done to us what Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid have had done to them over the years, where everybody knows, because it is official now, that we have, like I said, the biggest income in the Premier League and the third biggest income in sport. We're now going for a player that's worth 25 mil, whatever, and they're saying, well, no, you've got a lot more money than that. We want 35 million. Whereas 6 years ago, it could have easily been, well, we're only Spurs. We will give you 25 mil if you're bloody lucky. And there wouldn't have been much of a banter in it, much of a deal in it. But where everybody knows we have this massive income now, they're just doing to us exactly what's been done to, like I said, everybody else over the years. Man, you went for your player. You went, okay, he was 50 mil. I now want 60, 70 mil because you're Man United and you got the money. Everybody knows we have. So they want more money off of us for the deals. But we just ain't willing to pay up for anything because we don't act like a big club. We act like this bloody small club that barely even deserves to be in the bloody Premiership.
I agree. I think we act so. I think we act so poor in the window. The way we operate is not good enough. Yeah, guys, go and subscribe to these amazing people. Of course, do that. Before we carry on. So we're 7 subscribers away from 1,400. There is 147 of you in here. I'm sure there's 7 of you in here that aren't subscribed to me. If you can, please hit the subscribe button. We can get to 1,400 today. That would be amazing. I was hoping we get it before the end of the weekend, but if we can do it today, that would be absolutely insane. So thank you if you can do that. And how many likes are we at the moment? 65 likes again. Come on, then. There's 72 likes. Sorry. There's 145 of you in here. Hit that like button. Let's get it over 100, definitely. And obviously, as always, go and subscribe to these guys. Dan, you're going to have your channel soon. So when you've got your channel, we'll definitely be pushing out. We'll do some stuff together, of course.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Freaking merry-go-round. Everyday Spurs supporters cooked. Cheers. Don't know what you mean by cooked, but yeah, sure, Tony. Big up. Yeah, truth. Mr. Boxer is right once again. If you don't know, you better get to know, guys. How are you getting on, Alex, with your channel? That's a question I asked. You're doing a few live streams, I saw.
What, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, at the moment, yeah. I mean, we're working on it. We are working.
Yeah,
working on other things as well, but it's less reactive as well, which is again, yeah, you'll see a different light.
We need reactive, Alex. It's the best sort of Alex.
Yeah, but I'm tired of it. You know, I mean, I'm tired of what I'm. Listen, there's not really much I can say. I leave it to the people that get motivated doing reactive transfers. I'm not a transfer person. I'm sorry. The transfer window's been it's killed me off from it. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
It's bored me to death. It's bored me. You know, for the last few years, it's bored me because I don't like these people in the know anymore. No disrespect to anyone. I'm not having a dig at anybody that does it, but it's just I just don't care. I don't like Romano when he goes on too much. I think it's just too much. It's just way too much.
You're the only one to like, no?
Huh?
I thought you was the only one you have to like.
Well, yeah, but I just think it's just too much in the know now. I think it's just too much.
I agree with you. I think at the moment when it comes to transfers and stuff, I think we know way too much. Like Dan and Jose and stuff. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Like, what are your thoughts? Because I think at the moment we see a lot when it comes to transfers. We already know deals are done before it's announced and stuff. Whereas before, back in the day, like you used to just find out. Oh, Spurs have signed insert player. Like
on the day.
Now we get so much coverage when it comes to it, and the media have now played into it because they're like, well, this is what they want to hear. They want as much information as possible.
Yeah, but it's not just down to that. It is down to that thing that I mentioned earlier that we have now called the internet. And with social media and everything else in that, I mean, bloody hell, the way it is these days on social media and internet, your mate taps you on the shoulder and says, "Congratulations." You're like, "What are you talking about?" And, "Well, you're having a kid, ain't you?" And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And your missus ain't even told you yet. That is
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
I know.
They know everything through this bloody internet and through
Mm.
streaming, this, that, everything else, social media and that. They know it all before it bloody happens and that, basically.
Agreed.
Whereas I mean, I'm 42. I remember the days of teletext and CFAX, for God's sake. That makes me sound old, yeah? You know, where you used to have to wait for it to go across to the bloody bit you wanted, and then by the time you read half of it, it disappeared again.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they didn't have the connections that they have now and everything to just know what is going on. Now you can know what's happening before it even happens, basically, and that is what it comes down to.
I remember when we signed Jurgen Klinsmann, Rafael van der Vaart, players like that that came out the absolute came from nowhere, and we didn't have people saying, "Yeah, deal agreed," blah 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 blah, like you do now. It's gone absolutely mental. You've got like Alex says, you've probably got like 1 trillion supposed in the know people, and Twitter and everything, MySpace, whatever you want to look at, as everyone's got a comment, everyone's got something to say, and it takes away the beauty of the old system, whereby you'd get some shock signings that came out of nowhere, which I quite enjoyed. That I quite enjoyed being surprised than not being surprised as we are now.
The other thing is, one last thing, Perchy, I think we both just forgot to mention this, with the internet and that. Everybody's got one of these now.
Of course. But I made
player can't get nowhere, Perchy, without someone recording him and saying he's gone there, and then rumour, bang, it's all over the place, getting checked up, everything.
I say this all along, and Tyree, I'll bring you in just a second, mate. Thank you for coming on. And Dan, this is a great point. I made this the other day, and I said, it's why stats have become so big, because we get it all on our phone now.
Yep.
Our phone we get live updates to say that Ndombele's made 5 passes, 6 passes, or Harry Kane has had another shot on target, boom, boom, boom. Everything is so boom, boom, boom. We get every bit. We never used to have that before. Used to, if you didn't get a chance to watch a game, you'd look on teletext, let's see how we done today. Oh, we beat, I don't know, Newcastle today. But now there is such coverage on every little thing. And Tyree, I'll bring you into it. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries, man. Well, something
how have you been anyway? I haven't seen you on for a bit, so I hope you're doing well.
Hey, I'm sweet, man. Weekdays not usually possible for me to do this because of work, but weekend comes around.
Hey, whenever, mate. Whenever. We're gonna go for another 10 or 15 minutes anyway. We're gonna go for an hour and a half today. So guys, in the chat, I haven't seen any questions. Normally you guys are throwing questions at me. So for the last 10 minutes, let's get some questions out for these lads, and we'll answer them as we go along. And just before we carry on, guys, I just want to say, now I think it's 5 more subscribers and we get to 1,400. And on the likes front, we're about 21 away from 100. So let's get that before we finish up the day. That would be incredible. So thank you. As a question I've asked all the other guys already, and they've given me, how are you seeing this transfer window and our pre-season in general at the moment? How are you seeing it?
Oh, mate, it's just, to me, it's disgraceful. Like, personally, I'm not going to really use the language that I want to. Don't think it's appropriate for this time in the morning, but like, it's just, I think this club makes me feel ill. Like, it's the thing about football, that I realized is that it's like an addiction. It's like you supporting Tottenham to me is just like a junkie with an addiction. Like last season, I remember telling myself every game, I'm not going to watch today's game. Like, I already know what's going to happen. I know how we're going to play. But as soon as the game kicks off, I find myself watching it and I keep coming back for more. And it's like, before this summer transfer window, I told myself, we won't do the things that we need to do in the summer. So I'm not really going to pay attention. I find myself on Sky Sports every day on YouTube trying to get to all the ITKs and that to try and get that little bit of information, a little bit of scoop. But the way, did anyone watch Recess? Does anyone know the show Recess?
Oh, what a show. That was I love that Disney show, weren't it?
Yeah, do you remember the character Randall? Do you remember the little character Randall?
Yeah.
That's Daniel Levy. He's a proper Randall of a man. Like,
is he the snip though?
Obviously the character, and I'm just talking about in life, generally in life, he's a Randall, man. I can't stand the guy. I genuinely hate him. Like, I don't want to Like there's different levels of hatred in it. It's not like a violent hate or anything like that. But I just can't stand the guy. And like
yeah, at the moment, I think we run terribly, aren't we, guys? I think that's the key one here. We run awfully.
It's a classic case of divide and conquer. Like that's what he's done with the fans. He's divided us and he's taken over and he's completely outside of our control.
Thank you,
like,
mate.
We can't do anything about it. It's like we can have an opinion, but our opinions don't really matter because this guy doesn't care about us.
Well done. Well said. Yeah. Sorry to be loud, mate. You have just hit a nail on the head so bloody hard there. It is unreal. I have said this for ages now and been told that I'm losing the plot. One thing, back to the bloody Saxon days and the bloody Vikings. What did they learn? The easiest way to beat an army is to split the army up. It is 10 times easier to fight five small armies all at each other's neck than one big, massive group. It is the oldest army trick in the trade. Yeah. And that is what they've done to us. Sorry to interrupt you, mate.
No, you're good.
No, yeah. As Dad said, spot on in my opinion. I think what we've done is it's divide and conquer, isn't it? And it's spread everyone into different areas, and we can tackle them easy. And the thing is, but the one thing that we haven't got as a Spurs community is we haven't got a united front, and it's similar to what you're saying. We're not united, so nothing will change. I think when I hear about people just going, "Oh, we'll just get these owners out," how? Tell me how you're going to do that. These are owners that are worth multi-billions. The company's worth about 5 billion, give or take.
Yeah.
And it may take that just to get to the table to buy them. Do you know what I mean? They're like, well, unless your offers starts with that amount of zeros with at least a 5, we're not talking.
Yeah.
It doesn't get you
the fan base has grown too much as well. Like, I always feel I always get jealous of Liverpool, not just for their team, but for the actual area. Like, my girl's from Liverpool, so I go up there every now and then. And it's just there's such a united feel in the city. Like, if you're a Scouser, like, you're one. Even like Everton and Liverpool fans, they just get along. If something happens, Liverpool, all the people come together and they'll protest it, and they'll get the numbers. Like with London clubs, I just feel like we're just in such a dense population that no matter how many people that have a similar opinion, there's just as many people that have the opposite opinion. And you can't.
I think it's actually the opposite. You're right in what you say, but I think the people with the other opinion, what I think, and this is my theory, and this is just a theory on it all. What we have at the moment, what I've noticed is we've got a lot of people that are you've got people that are sort of very anti against the ownership, the Levy-outers, let's call them that. Then you've got a proportion that don't want change. But what we've got is a massive amount of people in the middle that don't care. They don't care. They're neutral in this whole thing. The neutral fan base is massive. They don't care who's in charge of the club. They just go and watch football. They go and watch the team they love, and they just turn up and do it. That's what they do. And I think that's the key bit when people just sort of say, "Oh, you're this and the other." Well, no, there's actually a minority on either end of the extremes, but a lot of the people are dead set. And most of them are either dead set in the middle. It's very similar to politics and so on. I'm not going into it, but right and left leaning. The majority of the population are very much down the middle. Yeah. They're not extreme left, extreme right. Most people are down the middle. They're slightly left, slightly right, maybe very slightly. Yeah. But that's the problem. What we've got is
I've got to go, mate, because I've got some family business to sort out. I've got I've got some family business to sort out. Right, big up everyone. Nice one. Thanks for letting me on, Perch.
Hey, Dan, let me know and we can sort something out for you. Definitely.
Will do. Thanks a lot. Take care. Yeah, see you later, everyone.
Take care.
See you later,
mate. We got we got Spurs talk show in the chat. Big up, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Shawnee's here. Hope you're what's it? We've got another one here. Shouldn't Spurs be breaking mountain hills to convince the likes of Amrabat cheap and quality? Yeah, but if he wants to go to Man United, it'll be very hard for us to do that. And yeah, so as I was sort of going with that sort of topic was just what we have to do though with that is it's about change will only happen would happen regardless whether we have loads of people that want change. Because everyone tells me, oh, Newcastle. Well, Newcastle only got sold because someone came down with Mike Ashley's valuation. Same with the Glazers. They could be protesting, but when they still haven't been sold. Do you know what I mean? Because unless someone hits that valuation, and as I said, much love to people like Phil P that protest. I respect everyone that protests. I big up everyone that protests because fair play, standing up for what you believe in. And I rate that. I rate that massively. I just don't want. I just think at the moment for me, I don't put money in the system because that's the way I operate. I was like, no, I can't. I can't justify giving these crooks any money. How are we getting on, by the way? We are. Let's just, before we carry on, I want to ask a question. We're going to go for about 5 or 10 minutes. We have, how many likes? How many likes? What is going on? Noise. Click something. I think we're about 90 likes. About 10 more likes, guys. So please hit the like button if you haven't. And we are about, I think we're 5 away still. 4 away. So 4 subscribers away from 1,400. So please, if you haven't, please do both if you haven't, and smash the likes, do that all. Guys, we're gonna finish off on one. We're gonna finish off in about 5 or so minutes. What do you now want to see? There was a question I asked a moment ago, like to Harry, was going to be my ending question for people. I was going to just ask Dan, be able to shoot off, but what do you now want to see in the next 8 days until we play Shakhtar? What do you guys want to see? I'll let Tyree, I'll let you jump in first quickly, mate. What do you want to see now between that period for you to go, do you know what? Made up for that pre-season tour.
I want to see what I've wanted to see this whole window. Like, go and get us 2 centre backs, please, believe that. Please, yeah. I'm at a state where I'm almost begging the guy, like, please go get us some centre backs. We've not even had a proper pre-season. We've got 2 or 3 more games, and then the season starts. Their legs aren't good. Like, they're gonna have to take a couple games to get into it. But I just want to see us get 2 centre backs. Like, ideally, I'd like to see us go for our number 1 targets in VDV and Tapsoba. I've got a feeling that won't happen. So, if they can get Phillips over the line and get us another centre back, that's just a level up from all of our centre backs bar Romero. I'll be calm. Like, the CDM area, I just can't see Spurs getting 3 players. Like, 2's even a push up, maybe 1 max. But I just want to see what I wanted to see this whole window. Like, it's so frustrating. Honestly, I can't. I don't want to. Yeah, I know he takes YouTube things serious. I ain't gonna start swearing on that, man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Try not to swear because I want to be monetized. Would be nice. I don't want another one which gets demonetized because I've heard people an apoplectic on it, which is funny. But at the moment, we're still green, so it's good. We're not like Sean who gets demonetized the second he goes live, and we're actually green at the moment, which is nice. We're still getting the green, so let's see. It'll probably change to yellow later on when they decide to review it, and then all of the ad revenue disappears. And then
that's a great idea, man.
I mean, it feels like that's what we have to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even Phil P through the sub to Perch. Exactly. We're nearly there. And then I can send you lot off for lovely week for your weekends. And we can get, we got, 3 more away. Much love. Come on, guys. Three subs. There's 338 of you in here. 3 likes, and it'll be amazing if you could do 3 subs. Would be great. And hit the like button, of course. Do all that. And yeah, Alex, tell me, what do you want to see now up until the Shakhtar game for you to go, do you know what? Benefit that I can give them the benefit of the doubt if they can do that. What's the minimum?
Can I be honest? I'm not that bothered, Perchy. Listen, there should be. This is their job. They should be doing their job.
No, I get that.
You know what I mean?
What do you want to see in this squad for you to go? Okay,
I'll be honest with you, Perchy. I don't care. I do not care at the moment because at the moment, for me,
but Alex, that's not an answer though, because the thing is by the way, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we could go and sign Mbappe in the next 8 days. You're going to go apoplectic if we sign Mbappe, of course, anyone would, but that's not realistic. So my point being is what would at least you look at and go, do you know what? If we sign this, and this, I'll be happy with that. What would be your feeling?
I don't base my. I've said it before, and you should know me already. I do not base my expectations on the transfer window. I don't. I will never ever do that.
I get that, but there's obviously got to be a balance of it that you go, do you know what? At least we can.
No, because I've seen this before.
So let's just say hypothetically, again, not going to happen. If we could go out there and sign, I don't know. We could go and sign Ruben Diaz from Man City. We sign Van Dijk from Liverpool. We sign Mbappe up top. We bring in an amazing number 6 that cost Rodri is a number 6 that costs us another 100 million. You're telling me that wouldn't even excite you? I'm not saying it's going to happen.
But I'll be interested. Yeah, I would be interested. But at the same time,
crazy if we sign those.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, Perchy. At the same time, Perchy. Like I said before, I've seen this before with us getting big players in before. like I said before, it's always about the season ahead. Whether we get to this, it's always about when you get to the middle part of the season, beginning part of the season, we could lose easily to Brentford.
Of course we
But
could.
then next game, we're going on a run. You see what I'm saying? So I need to judge it.
Alex.
I need to judge it. Yeah, I hear what your question is, but my point is, yeah, there's no point in me answering that question because I know that at the end of the day, whether we get defenders in or not, yeah, they should be doing their job. Yeah, that's their job. Yeah. You know what I mean? I used to think like this. When, you just get these players in. We've got my expectations. Yeah, I'm excited about the season. Right now, at the moment, it's never been my great. We get defenders in. We get what we need in. Great. Okay, cool. We look okay. That's a good start. Cool. But it's always about the season ahead for me, and that's why I can't answer that question right now. I do not base it on what's going to happen the next 8 days. I just don't care anymore. I don't care, and I've said it many times the last couple of seasons now. Yeah, I've kind of come to that conclusion now. Yeah, because I judged it on Tottenham Hotspur when we were last season under Poch. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry because that was when I had Ndombele, Lo Celso, Sessegnon. I was positive. I said, you know what? Maybe cool. He got sacked that season. You see what I'm saying? So I can't base it on transfer windows anymore.
Alex, I agree with you, but the thing is there's got to be a level. For me, I don't think it will happen. But for me, I think we've completely dropped the ball big time on this window, and this is the thing, though.
Wait. Sorry. Sean's making a stupid point again, bruv. Seriously, bruv. Stop chatting waffle, bruv. It is the point. The point I'm making is, bruv, because you're not obviously listening. Clear your ears out, bruv. Again, my point is, I'm saying that I am not basing it on the transfer window, but I've never based it on it. I've been on your show, bruv, and you've heard it from my mouth already, bruv. So I don't even know what you're chatting about again.
Alex, you know what I mean? Question, though, I'm not basing it on the transfer window. What I'm saying to you is what would be your minimum requirement now for us as a football club to go, do you know what? I can be competent. I can be at least competent with what we've got. I'll tell you what mine is, and just to give you, but that was the question what I'm trying to ask, and that's what I think Sean's trying to make. The question wasn't about whether you balance it up. For me, I'm not even talking about names. I said, for us, I think we need to go and sign 2 centre-halves, and if we sell Harry Kane, another attacker, all depending on that. I think that, for me, is the minimum I think I expect to see for the next week.
Yeah, but even if I said that, Bob, it's even if I said that, I said, get defender in and get 2 defenders in and a defensive midfielder. Great. Okay, great. Well, okay, again, I'm not even if they do get it in, I'm still saying what I said before. It will never change. Yeah, because I know my football.
I don't think it will change. I don't think the culture of the change.
Because I cannot base it on this transfer window. I can only base it is when after how many games.
Base it on the transfer window, Alex. That wasn't the question. The question is right now what problem areas of the team.
It's what everybody else says. 2 defenders. Well, I think we should have got 3 defenders in. To be honest with you, 3 defenders in,
that's the question.
And one defensive midfielder, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. And get rid of some of the players that don't need to be here. Like, for instance, I don't care whether he's playing well or not, because I'm sorry, it's quite blatantly he's playing well because he wants to lead the club, and that's it. Lo Celso, I'm sorry, you can see it from a mile off. This guy's just playing well because he wants to get off somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Possibly,
Perchy.
We're starting to get somewhere because that was the question I asked. The question I asked was...
I've answered the question. I'll answer the question again just to make it clear. So for people like Sean Spurs Talk Show, that bruv, if you want me on one day, bruv, I'll bring to you. I'll banter you again like I always do every single time. Yeah, if we get in a defensive, 3 defenders, right? And the defensive midfielder, and get rid of players that don't want to be here. For instance, your boy Perchy. I don't care if he can do a crossing, bruv, because when he's defensive, he's rubbish. And Lo Celso, who's only playing well because he wants to get another club somewhere else. You know what I mean? And get rid of Sanchez. I know Dyer's going to still be here, so Virgil van Dijk, that people were calling him a couple of seasons ago, and that's it. And just get players in that actually want to play for the club. Cool. stick with them, and that's it. That's your answer, and that's it. But I'm still saying the same thing until he has a bad run. That's all I'm saying. That's it. But I'll be okay, and that's it. Hopefully that's an answer to the flip flop Sean, and that's it. But back to you, Perchy.
Well, no, it was actually back to Jose to get his thoughts. Jose, I'll leave you your final words from you, and then I'll do a little bit my little monologue. Guys, 5 more likes and we get to the 100, then you don't have to hear my voice anymore. It's as simple as that. Unless you want me to stay on, and then don't. But I've got to shoot in a bit. So, Jose, for you, mate. Here's the sort of same question I've asked the other guys. Like for you right now is, what do you want to see Spurs do now up until the game against Shakhtar Donetsk? What do you want to see now to go and say, do you know what? Okay, fair enough.
As a bare minimum,
Yep.
I'd like to see at least one centre half in the door before the game. I'd like to see the number 6 and in before that game as well. I quite like. I've always liked Frank Kessie, and there's vibes out there that there could be a deal done for him with somebody. So I'd like to see him. That's as a bare minimum. But I'd say I'd like to see more than one centre half. To be honest, I'd like to see. I wanted to see three before the transfer.
I said that. We had the conversation on here, didn't we? We said three centre halves are imperative,
and get rid of our centre halves that we don't want at the same time. Now, a more realistic view for me for the end of the window would be to have bare minimum of 2 centre halves, a number 6, probably look at a right back as well. And I'd like to put.
I'm talking about this is in a week though. Like we could we haven't done this for a month and a half. So
I answered the week, but what I'm saying by the end of the window, I'd like to see as well is that, and maybe a cheeky bid for Mohamed Kudus as well. And the biggest thing for me is with all the crap that's been going on in the background with Tottenham at the moment, I would like to see someone come in and bid for Tottenham.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Before the end of the window, someone come and buy this board out and get them out of here, and let's have some new ownership, new blood.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'd like. If that can come before the Shakhtar game, even better still.
Everyone loves a dreamer, man.
I agree. And guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. We've got to 1,400 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you, every single one of you that has subscribed. If you haven't, carry on doing it. Go and subscribe to Jose. Tyree, have you got a channel?
No. Just jump in. Just part of the Spurs community, man.
Tyree you should get a channel. You're really good. Love your intake and stuff. It's really good, and you're always welcome on it anytime. Just let me know. You've got my details and stuff, so you can just let me know. And obviously, go and subscribe to the man himself up there, Alex, Mr. Box Office TV. Go and subscribe, Alex. Guys, up there, you guys have got a channel. Have you got anything coming soon you want to talk about? Do you want to plug?
Or plug channel.
If there's anything you've got coming soon that the fans want to hear your opinion on, mate.
Not really. The only thing I would say is just remember it is Mr. Box Office TV, the one, the only, the main event, the professor of truth and entertainment, the guy that talks the truth every single time, and that's someone that people listen to and take respect as well, and respect the football opinion. That's it, and that's all I'm saying, and that's it, and that's all I will say, and that's it.
Guys, go over there and go and subscribe,
just to add to the whole thing, just to answer the question even further, just to show that I do answer questions. Perchy, if in the next 8 days that Harry Kane leaves the football club, that would be a great expectation. That would show up for the books, and that's it. And I'll say that's okay.
I agree.
That's okay. I'll be satisfied.
The next 8 days has to happen.
I'll be satisfied. I'll be satisfied. Yeah,
sorry,
but that's not me telling my expectations at this season. That's it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't play FIFA. I don't base it on transfer windows, and that's it. I'm only answering the question because I like my boy Perchy, and that's it. Back to you, Perchy. I'm done. Mr. Box Office TV.
Jose,
back to you, I'm
done.
Word
with you. I think you're about to say something.
The thing I forgot to say is I'd like to see between now and Shakhtar as well some of the players starting to go out as well.
Agreed. Bang on. Guys, thank you very much. And obviously, all the guys in the chat, massive shout out to you guys in the chat. You've been great. There's 100 of you still in here. Massive shout out to Tigaro with the super chat. So thank you so much, guys. Guys, have an amazing Sunday. Saturday, so got an amazing Saturday. We'll come and do the same again tomorrow on Sunday. Same time, same place. Guys, we'll do it. We might as well. We're going to keep the daily streams up until the start of the season. And then we will we're going to change it up. We're going to try and sort something out for the start of the season and have some new content coming. So guys, thank you very much. Guys, have an amazing time. Listen, enjoy your weekend and peace out.
Bye, everyone.